do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 It was a dark and stormy night. I was working late, trying to see which bills were going to be in the drawing this week, when there was a knock at the door. I rose, and then it hit me. It's time for NWA Championship Wrestling action right here on Wrestle Birmingham. I'm your host, Larry Lloyd, Private Eye. I'm a man, I'm a pro, and I'm better than you. I can bend you like a pretzel, I can tear you in two. I like to talk. I went to the door. It was a dame. It was dark, but I could tell she was something. I said, "Can I help you, doll?" She said, "You got a TV in there, big boy?" I said, "Sure." She says, "There's something I got to see. It's an old interview with the Kaiser and Herb Winches." I said, "Come on in, take a load off. We'll watch it together."
Well, tonight wasn't a particularly busy night in sports, so we decided to see what wrestling was all about on the local front. I want to tell you, we got a little more than we bargained for. We were used, misused, physically abused, and just downright humiliated. Mark, if you would, roll the tape so I can show our viewers what I'm talking about. Now, what you're about to see is what I was trying to do, my job. Interview one of the so-called bad guys who had come to town for a future appearance, and what follows, well, it's not good.
I'd like to know exactly what attracts you to pro wrestling, and why is it it's so popular that people come to pro wrestling?
What business is it of yours? I don't see why you want to know. It's none of your business.
Well, I'm just trying to do. I'm trying to do my job and find out what makes the sport of wrestling what it is. It's so popular right now.
It's because they have great athletes like the Great Kaiser here. That's why it's great. I come into this area to look at the talent here, and I don't appreciate a whip like you trying to interview me.
Well, I'm just trying to do my job, sir.
As far as I'm concerned, you can take Southern hospitality and this losing football team you got here, the Stallions, and you can have them.
Oh, sir,
now, get out of my...
Great Kaiser and your manager, if you're looking in, we don't need you.
Excitement is in the air because on October the 8th, the legends of wrestling come to the Boutwell Auditorium. And I'm talking about Bullet Bob Armstrong versus Jimmy Golden in a loser leave town match. Dr. Tom Pritchard versus the Road Dogg for the Wrestle Birmingham, Alabama heavyweight title. Wildcat Wendell Cooley versus exotic Adrian Street for the European belt. The legend match, Bill Dundee versus the legend killer McNasty. Special challenge match with Roy Lee Welch versus Dennis Condrey. And a whole lot more. Make your plans to be there. I'm a man, I'm a pro, and I'm better than you. I can bend you like a pretzel, I can tear you in two. I like to talk. So I said, "Hey, sweet cakes, you want something to drink?" She said, "Sure, I'd like a pink lady." I said, "Stay right here. I'll go across the street to Old Mally's. Be right back."
October 8th, Boutwell Auditorium. River D'Angelo, you're challenging me to a match. River, you've been running around in the back there listening to the wrong people. You say I've been talking about you behind your back? No, I haven't been saying anything behind your back, River. I've been telling you, and I've been telling other people, the same thing. You just don't like to hear the truth. If that's a fact, then fine. If you want to get in that ring, you and I both been in that steel cage. You and I both been shoot fighters, tough man fighters. Now we're in the wrestling business. If you want to get in that ring with me, you know it's going to be a fight. It ain't going to be a match. There's no such thing as a match between you and me, River. We've been friends too long. If this is personal, we're going to settle it the way we used to settle it when in the school grounds. We're going to settle it face to face. No more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Bad Guy. It's only you and I. If it's a test of your mettle you wish, River, then you just bring it. But you bring it hard October the 8th at Boutwell. because that's the home of wrestling. NWA Championship Wrestling is coming back to Boutwell Auditorium. Yes, I'm the marketing manager for Wrestle Birmingham, but that's behind the scenes. This is in the ring. It's on October the 8th.
The skirt and I sat alone in the dark. I could tell she had gams to die for. I couldn't wait for the show to be over to turn up the lights. But she said no. There's another match with Great Kaiser and the Flame with Jimmy McGuire refereeing. I've got to see it. All right, then.
This match, one fall, a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left at 220.
Wait a second. Just a moment of your time, if I might. It's been brought to my attention that several competitors in this area have made some very disparaging remarks about the fact that I very seldom ever defend this title right here on television. So, to put all these questions aside and to answer all these questions, I want you to announce this match today, right here on television, as being for this coveted Alabama title. In other words, I'm putting this title on the line in this match right here and right now.
Alabama title match, one fall 15. State of Alabama title will be on the line. To my left at 200.
Charlie Platt, excuse me just a minute, but I thought I'd help you commentate this match. Being Southeastern champion, I want to watch the Flame defend his Alabama title right here.
If you plan to commentate this match, Mr. Armstrong, you can do it by yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, one fall, a 15-minute time limit. Alabama state title on the line. To my left, 225, Milton, Florida's Great Kaiser. His opponent, 292, parts unknown, the state of Alabama heavyweight champion, the Flame.
Well, I'll just watch the Flame. Mr. Platt saw fit to leave me. I'll just show him that I can do a better job than him. At least the people can understand me. I don't sound like country Charlie Platt out here going to talk about wrestling. That's redneck talk. Maybe you folks can understand wrestling a little bit. Right away, I'd like to say that I think the Flame's got a lot of guts for putting his title up right here on TV. And I see Rick Stewart.
This is an unusual circumstance.
Yeah, it's very unusual. I've excused Charlie Platt, and you can go, too. If he wants me to commentate by myself, I can handle it, Rick Stewart. Go find a TV and listen and find out how to commentate a match. A beautiful move by the Flame there, and a headlock took the man right over. What guts this Flame has got, putting his title up right on TV. It's just like Fanny told me the other day. She said, Bullet, baby, when you're good, you're the best. Even when you're bad, you're better than the rest. So your Southeastern champion, Bullet Bob, has a new vocation now. I will comment this match. Now, here goes Mr. Cooley. He's trying a foolish effort here, trying to outpower a man like the Flame. Need I say more? A picture is worth 1,000 words. A beautiful move by the Flame. You know, the Flame's a lot like the Bullet. He moves with the grace and speed of a gazelle. He weighs close to 300 pounds and moves like a lightweight. We trained together, and I know what this man can do. And under that mask hides a face of determination. A great masked man, one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived. I would like to comment here about Lucas and Hogan, the newly formed team. They got as much chance of beating the Express as a snowball in Hades. One thing about it, another beautiful move by the Flame. Fantastic move. Lucas and Hogan forgot that Lucas has me in the arena, and Hogan has the Flame. They may never make it to another tag match unless they make it on crutches or with their face in a cast. Here you can see the power of the Flame. He's got the man in a reverse chin lock, and this little man ought to give up right now and save himself a lot of embarrassment and a lot of pain. Beautiful move, legal. This man follows professional wrestling right down to a T, and he is one of the greatest heavyweights in the country today, the Flame. Like I said, we do train together, and he knows what to do and what not to do, the ins and outs of professional wrestling. And one thing about it, professional wrestling is no game. You have to be tough. You have to be a top contender to be in this area, and I guess that's why I'm the Southeastern champion, Bullet Bob. Here's a near pin. The boy's got a little more guts than I guess the Flame gave him credit for. He did kick out. Obviously, he's a glutton for punishment. If I'd have been in his shoes, I'd have given up the minute the bell rang and saved himself a lot of embarrassment. Here goes the Flame. He's flipping Mr. Cooley in. There's a beautiful back. Ooh, that boy bounced like a basketball. There's a Flame with another cover. And again, Mr. Cooley barely kicks out of the hole. The Flame using every method known to professional wrestling. Like I said, one of the top. Oops, Now look at that, a blatant. Cooley pulled the tights of the Flame and got a near pin. Now he's breaking the rules. You notice the Flame is hit with an elbow and countered it. Up, hooked his trunks, hooked his mask again. This Cooley is breaking every rule known to professional wrestling. Now the Flame is using his elbow, which is perfectly legal, and here he throws the man in. Let's see what he does. Look, there's that vicious double chop. It looks like another 1, 2, 3. Another win for the Alabama champion, and man, what a man with intestinal fortitude.
It got late. I said, hey, babe, I need to go to the little private detective's room. Don't go away.
October 8th, Boutwell Auditorium. All the stars, the NWA, Wrestle Birmingham, we're going to be there.
Good evening, I'm Ted Koppel. The leading edge, which is to say the northern edge of the eye wall of Hurricane Rita, has now made landfall between Sabine Pass, Texas, and Cameron, Louisiana. The storm is currently packing winds of 120 miles per hour, which would still put Rita in the Category 3. The northern eye wall has reached Texas and the Louisiana Gulf Coast. The Great
Dance away from the action. The exotic Adrian, he blindsided Lawler a couple of minutes ago, and now Lawler says, okay. Oh, come on. Dundee has just rolled off the apron laughing over there. The turn of events. And it down. Yes, sir. It's get even time for Lawler. He blindsides exotic Adrian, just like Adrian did him earlier in the match. Now Lawler goes after him. Over to the corner of the tag on Bill Dundee. Lawler sets him up. Dundee presses him to the mat. Apocalypse is there, plants a foot in Dundee's back, a boot at his back. And that stopped that at the count of about 1.5. Exotic Adrian Street now working on Dundee.
Said when we first saw Adrian, I think a lot of people, because of his get-up and so forth, this guy can wrestle, man. He wrestled and did very well in a big European tournament they held in Germany right before he came here, as a matter of fact. Was from the same wrestling school as champion Billy Robinson.
Exactly. This is Apocalypse in there.
Oh, boy, what a difference.
And Jimmy Cornette from outside. He was hammering on Dundee, too. Exotic Adrian with a foot. Looks like he's got it on the side of his throat.
Come on, ref. Give him a break over here. We got 2-on-1, sometimes 3-on-1.
Yeah.
Everybody but Linda's involved in the action.
Back in the center of the ring. Apocalypse standing over Bill Dundee. Dundee heads for the corner. Apocalypse grabs him. No chance for a tag. Ooh. Ooh. Big forearm by Apocalypse. 4 minutes, 45 seconds gone, and that's when you saw Cornette right there. Good shot of him, what he was doing. The referee did not exactly see what he was doing, but he was suspecting, and he warned Cornette, sit down and stay in the chair. Cornette still standing. Dundee backed into the rope. Street pressed him down to the mat. No attempt at a cover.
Ground his eye a little bit while he was down there. Double elbow.
Nailed by Lawler. Adrian Street also, as Lawler had been watching him 2-on-1, so he goes in there after him. Meanwhile, Cornette hammering Dundee from outside. Dundee grabs Cornette, pulls him into the ring. Yeah, is it going to be on Dundee or Cornette?
Dundee,
on Dundee?
Well, now, wait a minute. He said stop
He
it.
said stop, yeah.
I think he just...
Oh, he didn't see what happened, but he did see Cornette in the ring. He didn't know if he went in there on his own or was pulled in, so he just couldn't stop it.
Right, yeah. So, the first ball of action is cut short when everybody ended up in the ring, all four wrestlers. Now, wait a minute. get it from the ref. With Cornette in the ring, the referee declares Lawler and Dundee the winners in the first fall of action by disqualification. As the referee saw Cornette in there, they told him that he climbed in there, and the disqualification goes, hey, listen, go talk to the referee. We don't have anything to do with it.
Referee calls for the bell, and we're underway. After he had already warned Cornette once, then when he turned around and saw him in the ring, he simply assumed that he had climbed in there on his own, even though Dundee had pulled him in there. So it was disqualification. Back into action now. Exotic Adrian Street against the superstar, Bill Dundee.
Yeah, Cornette did plenty in that first fall to get disqualified. The referee just didn't happen to see him. So it was only just right that he ended up getting disqualified for being inside the ring, even though, as we saw, while the referee wasn't looking, Billy kind of helped him in the ring.
Of course, Billy wouldn't have pulled him in the ring to begin with if he hadn't been hammering him in the back.
Exactly. Yeah. Good point, David. And that's it. Man, oh man, what a stunner that was. Adrian Street, with a tough Aussie in there, ended up with a bang pin, and he got him right there. So that it is now one fall apiece. All I know is the talking that Dundee has in mind. He's coming after Adrian Street before he ever gets in the ring. Dundee is furious about it. And referee Jerry Calhoun gets Dundee up in the ring, and Adrian Street will be starting with, and Dundee is ready to really tear at him before the bell even sounds or anything else. Yeah. So,
hey, you go to stop.
Smart remark from Adrian Street. And Apocalypse had hopped in the ring, but Adrian Street is the one that starts. Here we go. Hell time, and we're off and running.
And by.
Yeah, boy. I mean, we got some time here, David. Yes, we do. Loving this.
The Exotic Adrian made the quick tag. As soon as the action started, he was back in the corner, and Exotic Adrian Street makes the tag on his partner, Apocalypse. Dundee really wants to get Adrian Street in that ring. Let him have it with that right hand 3 or 4 times. Apocalypse. Dundee, round behind him. Working on the arm, on the shoulder. Over to the corner, the tag made on the King. Jerry Lawler in. He takes over, puts a little additional twist on that arm. They got both of them, twisting him up. Now they reverse it. Dundee with the right hand puts Apocalypse down on the mat. He heads back to the corner. Jimmy Cornette on his feet screaming. 2 against 1, 2 against 1. Lawler bars the left arm of Apocalypse. Dundee starting across the ring after Exotic Adrian and Cornette. After the tag, it's Dundee back in. A little hair pulling by Apocalypse. Dundee down to the mat, and Apocalypse with a choke. Headbutt by Apocalypse. Dundee hits the mat. See the Exotic Adrian dancing around in the corner over here on the left of your screen. Oh. Dundee backs to a corner. With the boot. Over to get the tag on Lawler. We're 2 minutes, 15 seconds into this one. 2 minutes, 15 seconds gone in this third fall. First fall went to Lawler and Dundee. They won it a little over 5 minutes. Second fall, a very quick one, 42 seconds. As the exotic Adrian got the win over Billy, and Billy most upset in the manner in which he did it. Apocalypse makes the tag. Exotic Adrian Street back in there.
Woo, gouging on Lawler.
Apocalypse jumping up and down on him while exotic Adrian hanging on to Lawler. Adrian, boy, he uses that forearm effectively, doesn't he?
He does.
It is again.
Terry Funk, that's who I was trying to think of. Funk was a pro at using that forearm uppercut. Used to knock your brains out.
Exotic Adrian and Apocalypse with Lawler tied up back in the corner.
Crowd getting in behind the King.
We're about 3 minutes and 45 seconds into this one. 3:45 gone. Exotic Adrian Street working on Jerry Lawler. You think maybe Lawler and Dundee took the opponents too lightly here as far as exotic Adrian is gone. Maybe they hadn't seen him wrestle that much.
Yeah, you know, it's like we were talking about. I think when you look at the guy, you're misled immediately.
There's the double team again. Lawler's neck snapped back as he was sprung over that top rope. Apocalypse, knee lift. Forearm. Lawler on the mat. Now Apocalypse climbing the rope, pulling the hair of Jerry Lawler. Whoa.
Headbutt right in the middle, coming off that rope, Dave. Down to one, and Dundee got in there.
Dundee able to break it up after that one count. There's a tag. Adrian with the knee. Lawler hits the mat again.
Adrian bounces that head off the canvas. And the King now, he's grabbed him right at the jaws, right at the mouth. Pulling apart, and the referee breaks it up.
5.5 minutes gone. Third fall action. It's one fall apiece.
And again, right in the middle of jumping off of that second rope. Apocalypse on a cover one, but Dundee gets over there and fires him off. Third fall of action. Lance Russell and Dave Brown at ringside, bringing you this exciting action on Championship Wrestling.
Boy, he got Lawler back on his feet and immediately nailed him with that elbow as he threw the forearm.
Going to the midsection, and the King stunned up against the rope. Here it comes. Thunder flying out of that right hand.
One for Apocalypse while he's over in the neighborhood here.
Didn't want him to think he'd been forgotten. Apocalypse comes in. Dundee takes him over to the side, wheels him into the rope. Lawler in the ring. Billy coming out after. Look at Dundee. He's got Linda. He's just giving a little in return to what Adrian Street did. Street's over watching. That's a pin. Bill Dundee came over, grabbed Linda. He really, and here comes Adrian after her. in the chair when Dundee grabbed her and kissed her right there. Adrian got hot, came over. He was at the ropes.
What are you going about? You call me sick! You call me sick! Dundee, you're gonna get yours.
Okay.
You're gonna get yours, and you're gonna get yours now!
All right, let's get him on out of here now. Adrian's straight. Yeah, you just take him out of here, Jimmy.
Well, that's the show for tonight. And it's time to turn up the lights and take a look at the vision of loveliness that wandered through my door. Until next week, right here on Channel 3340, more NWA Championship Wrestling action at Wrestle Birmingham. Until then, this is Larry Lloyd, Private Eye, taking the vow of celibacy.
You come to meet me, you better learn to fly, cause you'll hit the mat hard when you come from the sky. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I'll throw you and kick you and make you feel sick. I'll set you on fire like a candle wick. The ref will yell and the fans will complain, but that won't save you from feeling the pain. I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me.